What What's up, Rebuke All Devils Radio. Rebuke All Devils Radio. 107.7. A hell of a name for a radio station. Rebuke All Devils. I'm with you, man. Rebuke All Devils. Put an addendum on it. And uncivilized much.
Man, you know, and today's guest is Michelle Bishop, right? The American racist devil. Now, you're not gonna believe what this lying ass devil did. You know, it's all over YouTube, but this is, you know what I'm saying, I had to respond to this because, you know, it's nasty devils like this that get brothers killed all the time. It's nasty devils like this right here that got Emmett Till killed and murdered. Devils just like this. But watch what this lying devil did. She's gonna give you her lame excuse first. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's kind of do it a little bit different. Let's see if I could go a little forward, right? And we're gonna watch this part first, and then we will come back to her lame ass excuse, right? So let's roll that clip. Watch this.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
You do?
Papa.
I don't believe that.
What?
I don't believe that.
So what are you doing here?
Rory, come on. Rory, come on.
Help! Help! Does someone come here?
That was my wife. She got somebody chased her.
Who chased her?
She said somebody in the service
Guy
truck.
in a gray truck, and he came around the corner, and I was in the street, and so I come up because I see my kids, and so I'm like gonna pretend that I'm coming home, and so I pull up and I start walking to your back gate, and he stops here and he goes, "Are you looking for someone?" And I said, "Nope," and then he sat here, and I was like, "I need to get in."
Well, that's my husband. That's right. He lives here. Yeah. He lives here. So he came in and he said there's a lady screaming. And I'm like, that's...
She got all worried that she said,
I'm scared of the crowd.
How?
I'm so sorry.
How did he scare you, though?
I just seen her in the driveway and I was like, are you looking for somebody?
Well, you just have to understand my point of view. Being by myself with 2 kids, I just saw a car coming, and so I was like, oh, it scared me, and so I just pulled up here, and I kept thinking, this could be his house. But you didn't say, this is my home. You just said, are you looking? And I was like...
I did. When you was on the porch, you asked me, did I live here? I said, yeah.
And you said, no, you don't.
Now let me go back to the beginning. Now here's the devil's
I said, no, I don't think that.
Here's the devil's
No, I don't think
here's
that
the
it was...
devil's explanation for it right here. Listen to this lying devil right here.
It's a black family that lives there. And I said, no, I don't think that it was a black man. And then when my husband got there, I stood out front, and we're still trying to get the Ring doorbell footage of me talking to my husband. But he asked me again, he said, what house was it? And I said, it was this house right here. And he goes, are you sure it wasn't a black guy? He goes, because that's a black family. And I said, no, I don't believe that it was a black man. And so we get in the car and we go to pick up the stroller. And I've said this a million times, I have never felt the fear that I had even just pulling up in front of the house when John opened the door to get out of the truck. The amount of, I've never went into like fight or flight like that before. And so he gets out of the car and he goes up to the woman's house, and a woman comes out onto the front porch, and she says something along the lines like, did you forget something, or did you leave something? And John laughs and he's like, yes, we did, I'm so sorry. And I get out of the car and I walk up to the woman, and I could not tell her fast enough what had happened. She walks out on the porch, and I jump out of the car and I said, I said, oh my gosh, yes, there was a man. And John was the one that said, a man was following her, chasing her, following her is what I said. I use the word chasing, following me. And, so she said, I jumped out of the car and I said, I'm so sorry. I said, literally, I was pretending that your house was my house. I was walking up the driveway, and then I was like turning in. I was pretending that it was yours. And she goes, yeah, that was my husband. And so he ends up coming out, and he's like, I told you this was my house. And at that point, I literally I said, I'm so sorry. I said, I am so sorry. And I told him, I said, I'm so sorry. And then, I said, this is your house. That was my words. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, this is your house. I said, I truly kept thinking, like, maybe this is his house. Maybe this is his house. And he says, well, I told you this was your house. And I said, you have to understand. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, it was such an awkward encounter. I said, the truck was like starting to slow behind me. And I'm out here with my little girl and my son. And I said, I'm a mom, and it was dark. And he said, but I told you that this was my house. He says, I was driving slow because I was looking at my Christmas lights. And once again, I said, I am so sorry. And they truly, they did not take my apology. And that night, I went home. And so if you guys saw on Instagram, I shared the story twice. The only reason that I shared the story is because I was heartbroken and it was a really scary night. I've always shared everything on Instagram. And so that night, after that whole instance happened, I literally was sitting on the steps, first of all, and John kept trying to talk to me. I kept telling him I was so sorry. And I've never, just the panic. I literally could not come down from this fight or flight. From the time that I was at the woman's house to literally 30 seconds later, telling the woman that I was just followed, to the man stepping out on the front porch and it being his house. It was like all of these different emotions. And so I'm sitting at home, literally having this meltdown. And I kept telling John I was so sorry. I felt really stupid. And so on the way home, I forgot to say that the cop was driving around our neighborhood, and I'm getting all these messages. I'm so sorry.
So we'll pause it right there for a moment. Now, see, I done had experiences like that, where you have these females that don't look like you, that want to call the police on you, and they make it their point to tell the police that he's black. And man, let me tell you, those wicked cops with loaded guns, they come fast once they hear that code word. You see, you got women like that's the face of racism. What did the people look like when they used to hang so-called black men? What did those people look like? Did they not look like her? Did the men not look like her? The people that used to hang us from trees, did they not look like them? They are the scariest devils on the planet. They are the scariest monsters on the planet. Just look and think about everything you Europeans done worldwide. And yet and still, when this man told you that was his house, what did you say? I don't believe you. Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? Except the devil that the Bible speaks of, the scum of the earth, the trash of the earth. And everywhere you go, you're racist. You cause problems. You're like a disease. You're like a cockroach. Now, don't get me wrong. Every European isn't like you. But this video is about Michelle Bishop's racist behavior. You see? How come you didn't believe him? Oh, because he was a brother? That's why you didn't believe it was his house? And I know how that feel, because on my block that I live on right now, and I live off the water with 2 boat docks in my backyard. I'm the only brother that owned property on the street. I'm the only brother that owned property on the street. As a matter of fact, I'm the only brother on my street, period. And that's the honest to God truth. And I've experienced racism a little bit when I got here, but I had a lot of Europeans when I got here that didn't do nothing but show me love. Excuse me. Especially my neighbor M next door. I'm not gonna say his name, but he showed me a lot of love when I got here, man. And we still cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? He'll say, "How you doing, Israel?" You know what I'm saying? He's pretty cool. But see, it's devils like that is the face of racism. You see, it was those kind of attitudes that got Emmett Till killed. It was those kind of attitude that used to go to the hanging parties, and everybody looked like you was lying around laughing and smiling and pointing fingers at the brother or the sister that was hanging from a tree. And y'all didn't see nothing wrong with it. It was people that looked like you and people that looked like your husband. They used to beat people that looked like me in the fields. They used to beat us with whips. They used to put shackles around our neck, shackles around our ankles and our arms. You kidnapped us. You raped our women. You raped our children. You sold our children. You sold our sons and daughters. You castrated some of us. Some of your homosexual men sodomized some of our men. You tarred and feathered us. See, people that look just like you, Michelle Bishop, that's what y'all did. That's what y'all history is. You see? And you still illegally occupying our land today doing the exact same thing. And you think God love people like you? Man, newsflash, it ain't no white boy up in the heavens. It ain't no European up in the heaven. Okay? That little fake ass white boy you want to believe in named Jesus don't exist. He's just as fake as your Spider-Man. He's just as fake as your Superman. That picture is a clown just like all the other lives that y'all have drawn and brought into existence. You see? Y'all are the seed of Satan. Because if you're not, then why have you done so much evil around the world? Why did you give the indigenous people smallpox? Why did you steal a country? Why did you enslave people? Why did you cut babies out of pregnant women? Why did you cut their vaginas off and make coin purses out of them? Why did you cut their breast off? Why did you draw and quarter them with horses? Why did you tar and feather them? Why do people like you still continue to do what you did in 2025 this year? Why do you still do that? Because you are the seed of Satan. That's why. Why haven't y'all given us our land back? Because you are the seed of Satan. Why haven't you gave us reparations for working our ancestors in the field for hundreds of years for free? Because you are the seed of Satan. That's what you are. And look at your bloody history and tell me if I'm lying. Because everything that y'all have ever done has been demonic. Up under the heavens, the Most High have witnessed all of this. And he's not no honky in the sky. He's what you would call a black man. Just read Revelations, the book of Revelations. It's all throughout the Bible. He's a brother. Matter of fact, we ain't even black people. We're brown people. You know why? Because Genesis, 3 and 2? 2 and 3, one of the other, God formed man from the dust of the ground, and we know dust come from dirt, and we know dirt is brown like us. But see, it's people like you that lie and call us black, because you know why? You can't even simply tell the truth about our appearance. You see? Y'all are the most wicked nation of people on the face of the earth. And the Most High is starting to judge you right now. You see, you would have got away with your wicked lie if that brother didn't have a Ring doorbell. You see? But he had the proof. He had the proof. He had the receipts. And so now it was rebuke all devils time to rebuke you, you nasty ass devil. You see? And rightfully so, because you're evil. And we pray that our God punish you for what you did, for bearing false witness. We pray that our God judge you and your wicked nation of people for everything that y'all have done. Y'all the main ones that want to scream justice, and yet and still, where's our justice from the injustice that people that look just like you and your husband have done to us and continue to do to us? Where's our justice? It's coming from the Most High God in heaven. And it's going to fall upon you, Edom, Esau, Idumea. You're not American. Just because you illegally occupy somebody's land and try to change the name does not make it America, and it doesn't make you American. You wasn't American when your heathen forefathers landed over here. You see, that's how you know you're not American now. You're the devil that the Bible speaks of. But I just wanted to take this time out to put my spin on this wicked devil right here. You see, it was my time to put that take. And if you a devil and your husband are a devil, then what do you think your offsprings will be? Right. Devils, just like they devil mama and just like they devil daddy. But it's all good because we're going to see you fall and we're going to see you judge. We're going to see you be judged. You see, because the Most High has been destroying everything that y'all love. Just look at the fires, look at the storms, look at the floods, look at everything that he's doing to you heathens that's illegally on our land. Because just be honest with yourself. You know you're not indigenous to this land. You know that this land don't belong to you. But you're so evil, wicked, and demonic, you refuse to give it back. That's why God is going to give it back to us. See? And that's why God ain't worried about your reparations. He don't want your money. Your money is man-made. It has no value. You make it. It's made out of paper. It has no value. And why do you make your money? So that you can keep the indigenous people working for you. Because that's the only way that they can honestly get the money that you make, is to be in servitude for you. And the people that you're doing that to is the house of Israel. So you won't be able to say that nobody never told you that we were the Israelites. You won't be able to say that you didn't know that the people your forefathers enslaved were the true Hebrews of the Bible. And just like we were slaves in Egypt, we were slaves in America and everywhere else the fathers scattered us. We're not black people. We're not Afro-Americans. We're not Americans. We're not niggers. We're the children of Israel. And if you had to give us all those names, then how come we don't know our name? See? But we know our name. And it's not because you told it to us. It's because the Father in heaven woke his children up. And it's not, and when we start proclaiming that the Most High woke us up, what did you devils do? Try to steal the term woke and apply it to another group of people so that you could try to distort and stifle the awakening. But that didn't work either. That's why everything is crumbling all around you right now. The Father in heaven sent fire, and then he sent rain. In other words, he sent in judgment on you. So my advice to you, if you want to be racist, look in the mirror and be racist to yourself. With that being said, we pray that our God judge you accordingly. And everyone that's affiliated with you that conspire to be against the children of Israel. And with that, I say shalom. Damn.